If your apartment balcony has been sitting in the shade for months, or you have given up on growing food because your high-rise home barely gets any direct sunlight, this video is about to change everything for you. Most renters look at a dark balcony and see a dead zone. They assume that without blazing sunshine, nothing green will ever survive. But here is what most people never realize. That shaded balcony is not a limitation. It is a hidden advantage. Intense direct sunlight often damages leafy vegetables, burning their cells, turning leaves tough and bitter, and pushing them into early flowering before you get a decent harvest. Meanwhile, a shaded balcony quietly creates the perfect environment for sweet, tender, nutritious crops. Here is the bigger picture. About 1/3 of Americans who started growing food at home recently said they did it because of rising grocery costs. Your dark balcony could be producing fresh vegetables for free every single week, saving you real money while giving you food that tastes better than anything from the store. Today we are counting down 10 container crops biologically designed to thrive in low light. These are psiophytes, plants with a cellular structure that captures scattered ambient light with remarkable efficiency. Everyone is backed by university research, and I will cover the exact container size, the science behind why it loves shade, and what it saves you at the grocery store. After the countdown, I am sharing 5 container secrets that can double your harvest. Stay until number 1 because it is a superfood you can grow inside your dark kitchen with zero window light. Plus, right at the end, a bonus trick that doubles your balcony light for free. Hit subscribe and let us get started. At number 10, Swiss chard. Use a pot about 8 to 10 inches deep. You can grow it year-round, but cooler months unlock the fastest growth. When Swiss chard detects low light, it expands each leaf broader and thinner to trap maximum light particles. As it stretches, it concentrates pigments called betalains inside its stems, causing them to glow ruby red, bright yellow, and neon orange. It literally becomes more beautiful in the dark. The University of California Agriculture and Natural Resources confirms it only needs 3 to 4 hours of indirect light for peak output. Shade prevents the intense heat that turns leaves leathery under direct sun. One container produces continuous harvests for 4 to 5 months, replacing about $3 to $4 of store-bought greens every week. Number 9. Bok choy. A shallow planter, just 6 to 8 inches deep, provides plenty of room. It is the most foolproof crop for any covered balcony facing north or east. The problem most people miss is that direct sunlight rapidly heats plastic pots to dangerous temperatures. When bok choy gets too hot, its biological clock panics. The plant bolts, sending up flower stalks while stems turn woody and bitter. Your dinner is ruined before it reaches the kitchen. Shade eliminates this, keeping soil cool and air humid so stalks stay thick, succulent, and crisp. The Cornell University Extension confirms Asian brassicas maintain full growth in partial shade with no decline in vitamin C or antioxidants. Organic bok choy runs about $3 to $4 per bunch. Growing it yourself costs almost nothing after the seed packet and tastes noticeably better because you harvest it fresh. Number 8. Arugula. A 6-inch deep window box is all you need. Sow seeds every 2 weeks for continuous harvests right under your balcony overhang. Arugula gets its peppery bite from compounds called isothiocyanates. Under blazing sun, the plant overproduces them as a stress response, making leaves painfully bitter and tough. Nobody wants that on their plate. In permanent shade, you tame that biology, producing tender, perfectly balanced leaves. The University of Illinois Extension proves shading extends the harvest window by up to 200%. Instead of a few weeks before the plant gives up, you get months from the same container. A clamshell of organic arugula costs $5 to $6 at Whole Foods and barely lasts 2 salads. One seed packet gives you months of continuous harvests. Number 7. Mint. Choose a wide pot, at least 8 inches deep, and always grow it alone because its roots will choke out neighbors. Unlike Mediterranean herbs like rosemary or thyme, which demand intense sun, mint thrives in shade. In a high-rise environment, direct sun comes with strong drying winds that devastate container soil in hours. Shade keeps soil moist and consistent, triggering the primary survival strategy of the plant, an aggressive network of underground stems called stolons that generate a dense carpet of aromatic foliage above the surface. The Utah State University Extension confirms mint needs zero direct sunlight to expand its root crown. The shade forces it to push out fresh oil-rich leaves instead of woody stems. One healthy container easily replaces $15 to $20 of store-bought herbs every month when you factor in cooking, tea, smoothies, and cocktails. Number 6. Cilantro. A shallow window box, about 6 to 8 inches deep, is ideal. Here is why cilantro frustrates so many people. You buy a healthy seedling, place it on a sunny sill, and within 2 weeks it shoots upward, flowers, turns woody, and dies. That rapid destruction is called bolting, triggered by heat and ultraviolet rays. Permanent shade creates a biological pause button. The cool, low-light environment tricks the plant into thinking it lives in early spring, forcing it to stay vegetative and push out dense leafy rosettes instead of racing toward death. The University of California Agriculture and Natural Resources shows this extends harvesting by up to 300%. If cilantro has ever died on you in 2 weeks, shade is the fix you have been missing. We just covered our first 5 shade champions. Which one excites you most? Let me know in the comments, because I check them every day. Now the top 5 get truly extraordinary, moving into root crops, ancient forest plants, and a superfood that grows inside your living room with zero window light. Number 5. Lacinato kale, also called dinosaur kale. Use a sturdy pot at least 10 to 12 inches deep. Plant from late summer through winter to take advantage of cooler conditions. The myth that brassicas need full sun is true for cabbage heads, but completely false for kale because we only harvest open leaves. The deep blue-green, almost black color of lacinato kale comes from intense chlorophyll A and B concentration packed into every cell. A darker leaf absorbs a wider light spectrum and photosynthesizes efficiently in weak light. The Michigan State University Extension shows it maintains steady growth with just 3 hours of indirect light per day. Leaves grow slightly slower in shade, but develop a more tender texture because the plant does not burn through sugars, building tough cellulose for sun protection. Organic kale costs $3 to $4 per bunch and wilts in days. One container gives you fresh harvests for 6 months or longer. Number 4. Celery. Use a deep pot, at least 10 inches, and sow during cool autumn or winter months. Celery demands enormous, uninterrupted moisture. Under direct sun, container soil dries instantly, making stalks hollow, stringy, and bitter. Most apartment gardeners try celery once and never again. But shade keeps soil consistently damp and drops the temperature around foliage, keeping water channels inside each rib full. The Clemson University Cooperative Extension shows shade-grown celery produces fewer bitter compounds and develops softer fiber. Your apartment celery will be crisper, juicier, and sweeter than almost anything at the store. Considering organic celery regularly costs $3 to $5 per bunch, growing your own is genuinely economical. Number 3. Ginger. Its roots spread horizontally, so use a wide, shallow planter about 10 inches deep. Plant rhizomes in spring and leave them in the darkest corner of your balcony. Ginger evolved in the lowest layer of tropical rainforests, where less than 10% of daylight reaches the ground. It thrived in near darkness for thousands of years. Place it on a sunny south-facing balcony, and the leaves bleach and die within days. The darkest, most neglected corner of your balcony is literally paradise for this plant, where it quietly expands its aromatic underground rhizomes month after month. The University of Hawaii shows the ginger family achieves peak efficiency under 50 to 70% permanent shade. Organic ginger runs $6 to $8 per pound, One container delivers months of harvests with flavor that store-bought cannot match. Number 2. Watercress. This is where apartment gardening gets creative. Watercress is semi-aquatic, so choose a container with no drainage holes, fill it with potting mix, and keep soil completely saturated at all times. It thrives in the darkest corners, or even a bathroom windowsill. In the wild, this plant grows on forest floors, in cold mud of heavily shaded streams. It is a certified pseuophyte, engineered for photosynthesis with only diffused light. Direct sun causes immediate cellular burn. The Royal Botanic Gardens Kew identifies it as one of the most nutrient-dense edible plants on Earth. If you have ever feared overwatering, watercress is your match, because you literally want it sitting in wet mud at all times. And at number 1, the ultimate champion of urban self-sufficiency. A crop that eliminates the need for a balcony, a yard, or a single ray of sunlight. Microgreens. A shallow tray just 2 inches deep with damp coconut coir or a moist paper towel is all you need. Grow them 365 days a year on a kitchen counter, bookshelf, or deep inside a dark room. Microgreens are seedlings harvested 7 to 14 days after germination. At this stage, they do not use photosynthesis at all. They feed entirely on nutrient reserves in the seed itself, growing lush and green on faint ambient indoor light alone. The United States Department of Agriculture confirmed they contain up to 40 times higher vitamin concentrations than mature plants. A clamshell at Whole Foods costs $4 to $6 and lasts 3 days. One tray at home costs about 50 cents. They bypass space, weather, and sunlight entirely. The undisputed king of apartment gardening. Now you have the plants. But picking the right crop is only half the equation. To get maximum yield from your containers, you need to master how plants grow inside a pot. Here are 5 professional secrets that can transform your results. Number 5. Stop using black containers in direct light. Black plastic absorbs enormous heat, causing root systems to overheat invisibly while leaves above still look fine. Growth weakens, yields decline, and most people blame the fertilizer instead of the pot. Use light-colored containers. White, beige, and gray stay significantly cooler. Already own black pots? Wrap them with a cheap emergency space blanket from any dollar store. Same cooling effect, 0 cost, and completely removable. Number 4. Water deeply, not frequently. Adding a little water daily creates shallow, dependent roots near the surface. Those roots wilt the moment you miss a day or temperatures spike. Instead, soak the entire root zone in one session until water drains from the bottom. Then let the top layer dry before watering again. This pushes roots deeper where conditions stay stable and cool. Deeper roots mean stronger plants and significantly larger harvests. For renters, place saucers under every pot with rubber mats underneath to protect balcony floors from water stains. Number 3. Mulch every container. Most people invest in quality pots and soil, then leave the surface bare and exposed. That bare soil loses moisture incredibly fast and overheats on warm afternoons. A layer of straw, shredded leaves, or compost on the surface holds moisture dramatically longer and reduces temperature swings throughout the day. Many gardeners are shocked by the difference within weeks. For renters keeping costs at 0, shredded newspaper or dry park leaves work perfectly. Number 2, harvest earlier and more often. Most gardeners wait too long, assuming bigger means better. But once a fruiting plant produces mature seeds, it receives an internal signal to slow down production entirely. It thinks its job is done. Harvest smaller fruits frequently, and the plant keeps going. A zucchini picked at 8 inches is more tender and tells the plant its mission is not finished. Same applies to beans, cucumbers, and peppers. The gardener picking small fruits every few days often harvests far more total food over a season than the one growing the biggest single vegetable in the neighborhood. And number 1, the most powerful principle on this list. Grow for continuous harvests instead of one-time harvests. A crop that produces once versus one producing for 5 or 6 months from the same pot. Both use identical resources, yet one delivers dramatically more food. That is why experienced gardeners love Swiss chard, kale, chives, mint, and leafy greens with cut-and-come-again harvesting. Every time you pick outer leaves, the center pushes new growth, creating a compounding effect all season. Look back at our top 10. Almost every plant is a continuous harvester. That is not a coincidence. That is the entire strategy. Before we finish, the bonus trick I promised. The light reflection technique. In any city, indirect ambient light bounces around the concrete environment constantly. But dark walls and gray surfaces absorb that light instead of using it. To capture it, hang a $2 emergency mylar blanket behind your plant shelves using removable adhesive hooks. No drilling, no painting, no landlord problems. That reflective surface redirects scattered light onto your leaves, giving shade-loving crops a significant boost completely for free. The belief that you need a sun-drenched backyard to grow food is completely outdated. Over 43% of American households are growing food at home now, and that number keeps climbing. Urban self-sufficiency is about aligning your garden with plant biology, not fighting your apartment architecture. When you choose crops designed for shadows and combine them with smart container strategies, a dark balcony becomes a productive food source, saving you real money every week. Start this weekend. Pick one plant from today's list. Tuck it into the shadiest corner of your balcony and watch what happens. Which of these 10 plants are you trying first? Drop it in the comments because I read every one. If this video helped, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. A like helps it reach other apartment gardeners who need this. In my next video, I am breaking down the complete apartment garden setup for under $50 from scratch. You do not want to miss it. Your dark balcony is not a limitation. It never was. It is a food garden waiting to happen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.